Hi, Nathaniel.
Hey.
How are you today?
Good.
Good? Okay, so before we really get into the reason that you're here today, I know we usually meet on a Friday. Today's Thursday. Why don't you tell me how your week went? I gave you a little bit of an assignment last week, or kind of a suggestion of how to manage your day. How did that go for you?
It went well for the most part.
For the most part?
Yeah.
So what about it went wrong?
On the first day, so on Monday, I got home, I ate a snack. I just played video games for a while.
Hmm. Okay, so what time did you end up going to that after that night?
Like 1:30.
1:30. So how did you feel the next day at school?
Same as last time. I'm tired.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Did you feel that your studying was effective?
No.
No. Okay. So, but you said was that the only day that you played video games before doing your homework?
Yeah, that was the only day.
That was the only day.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me how Wednesday went. So then Tuesday night you came home, you got a snack, and then you did your homework. Were you still able to play video games?
No.
So Tuesday you just didn't play video games at all?
No.
Okay, but how was your day at school?
On Wednesday?
Yeah, on Wednesday.
Good.
Good. Did you feel more?
Refreshed,
You felt refreshed, focused?
I could, focus, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, how do you think
I was agile.
You were what?
Agile.
Agile? Okay. So, what do you think? How could you predict your Friday science test going? Do you think that you might be able to do a little better, or do you? How do you? Why don't you tell me how you would feel? You predict it will go.
I think it'll go pretty okay.
Okay. Okay, so we'll still see you after school tomorrow. I'm not after school, I'm sorry, after lunch tomorrow. And you'll let me know how that goes. So after school today, you're still going to come home and have your snack and study right away, correct?
Mm.
Perfect. So the other thing that I wanted to ask you before we start, were you able to, I know I sent you over the links to a couple of practice tests. Were you able to take any of those?
Yeah, I took practice tests. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's good. So, how do you feel about the test now? Are you still nervous?
No,
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Perfect. That's wonderful. That's good to hear. So then, I see obviously you're a little upset, so why don't you tell me why you were called in today?
I was framed for cheating on the test.
You were framed or what? Or
I actually cheated.
Okay. So tell me, why don't you walk me through the events that led up?
I was sitting there doing the test, having a good time.
What class was this?
It was science.
Science?
Science.
I thought you have science tests on Fridays. No? Okay.
Okay, so I was taking the test, and, before that I was doing really good in the class, but, I was just I was nervous. I wanted to keep the good vibe I had going.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to go on the test. And there was this question I was having trouble on, and so I did the question. I just wanted to know if I got it right. So I did a little peeky over to the next kid next to me, and I got caught.
Okay. So you got caught. What did your teacher? You got caught by the teacher?
By the teacher, yes.
And who was the teacher?
Miss Gibson.
Miss Gibson. What did Miss Gibson say?
She said she was going to get me suspended, and I was going to get a 0 on the test.
Okay.
Yes.
So, tell me how you feel right now?
I feel disorganized on the inside,
Okay. What do you think about your punishment?
Yeah, I guess I deserve it.
So you feel, you realize that what you did was wrong?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Do you think it was worth it?
Yes.
What? Okay.
Because I
Explain.
learned my lesson. You know, probably would have done that later when it would have been worse, like during like the CST or something.
Okay. So what do you think? So what you're saying is you wanted to keep your good grade, and you looked over to see if the answer you got was correct.
Yeah.
And why did you need to know right then? Because you would have known if you would have just turned in your tests, right, and then just got your grade later. So why did you need to do it immediately?
Because I was nervous.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think? It's good that you recognize what you did was wrong, but do you think that there's something that you could have done differently? If you had to know, you were so nervous, you couldn't contain yourself. What would you do next time in a situation like that?
I guess maybe just ask the teacher if he just like graded.
Okay. And so what do you think would happen if the teacher was like, no, I'm not grading your test right now. I have other things to do. You'll get your grade when you get your grade. So tell me how you would feel if that's what you heard.
I'd probably be a little bit distraught, but I'd probably walk away. Hopefully.
Okay. So you would be distraught, but how would you feel maybe, so say it's a Friday, say it's Friday, you get your test grade on Monday, so you're nervous the whole weekend, and then Monday comes, you find out your grade. Do you feel that maybe all the worrying would be for nothing?
Can you say that again?
Okay, so say the teacher said, no, Nathaniel, I'm not grading your test. You
Okay.
must wait. You feel really anxious. You have to wait the whole weekend to get your grade. And then you get your grade on Monday. You're pretty much always anxious every weekend about your grades, right? You never know right away.
No.
You get your grade on Monday.
Wait, yeah.
And then you find out that you did okay. Do you feel like all of that worrying that you did to yourself, do you feel like it was necessary, or do you feel like it could have been avoided?
Could have been avoided.
It could have been avoided. And also, do you think that you have a very high grade in the class, correct? Mm-hmm. What was the difference from this test to all the other tests?
This was just like, because it's getting close to the end of the school year. Mm-hmm. I just wouldn't want it to like all fall down, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you know what? That makes sense. That's a valid way to feel. But what I want you to do next time is take a deep breath. Think of all of the tests that you've taken so far. You're doing great in the class. It's going to be fine. And say you miss one question, you miss two questions. Is it really going to affect your grade that much?
I don't know.
No. If you take a test and you miss two questions, say it's 100 questions, you miss two questions, you still have an A. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It was just one question that you were worried about, right?
Yeah.
So do you think if you would have got that question wrong, how much would it really affect your overall grade in the class?
Not that much, probably.
Not that much.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to just remember that next time, because situations like this probably will happen again. You probably will get nervous. You probably will feel anxious, but just have the knowledge of yourself. You know yourself. You know yourself. You know how good you test. You know that your ability in the class. So just take that into consideration. Take a deep breath and just know it's going to be fine. If you need to, you can ask your teacher to grade. the test right away, but maybe sometimes it's not necessary. Maybe sometimes you can actually wait, okay? So what do you say, since we've talked, I know that you've realized your mistake, but what do you say we go in, we talk to Mrs. Gibson, and we'll see if maybe she won't take you that grade. Maybe you won't have a 0 and you'll just have the 1 or 2 days of suspension. Will that work out better for you? Okay. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do, and then I'll also see you back in my office tomorrow for a regular session, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Nathaniel.